Folks, before you go any further, this video explains what the Ultrawide Monitor fix is for Granblue Fantasy Relink for the PC, and I must stress, you really should watch this on an Ultrawide Monitor so you can see exactly what this mod will do for you. If you're not watching it on an Ultrawide Monitor, you're not going to get the full benefit. So stop watching this, go get an Ultrawide Monitor, and then come back. Ever since Granblue Fantasy Relink was released for the PlayStation 5 and PC, I pretty much have never left the game. After finishing the game on the PlayStation 5, I eventually moved on to the PC version, despite there not being any crossplay between the two platforms, which really does suck after all the time I put into the PlayStation 5 version. And we're talking hours. I think I got about 45 to 50 hours in the PlayStation 5 version, but there's nothing I can do about that. However, I moved to the PC version of the game because I knew eventually there would be some useful and amazing mods. And let's be honest here, one of the main reasons people tend to flock to PC gaming outside of performance is those wonderful mods that always comes out for the platform. And sure enough, one of the more useful mods that I've seen so far that changes how the game is played was released not too long ago for Granblue Fantasy Relink. This mod addresses the lack of an ultra-wide monitor support, and once I've installed this mod, it's like having blinders removed from my face. It's actually that good, and I honestly feel that it enhances the game. Now, I know some ultra-wide mods in PC games were either hit and miss, because sometimes they stretch the visuals or they don't work properly, but this one feels just right. It actually feels like cygames had ultra-wide support in mind when they were developing the game, and then said the heck with it at the last moment and eventually dropped it, likely due to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 not supporting ultra-wide monitors, and those consoles were probably the lead development platform for the game. What's nice about this mod is not only does it add ultra-wide support, but it also adds proper resolutions to the game. So for example, most ultra-wide monitors support 21:9 ratio, which is 3440 by 1440. Now, if you have that kind of monitor, which is you should if you have an ultra-wide monitor, you can add this resolution to the game by modifying the config file, or if you have one of those massive ultra-wide monitors such as the Samsung G9, well, you can do that as well. It's a fantastic mod. It takes advantage of pretty much every ultra-wide monitor out there, and I'm so grateful for that. In addition to all that, it also allows you to change the FOV or field of view, and depending how you like to play your game, you can move your camera as far back as you want or push it further. So for example, for me, I kind of like the new FOV change I implemented with this mod. So the characters are a little pushed away so I get more access to the real estate. As you can tell by the way I'm talking about this mod, I am really in love with it, and I'm glad that somebody put in the time and effort to put this together. Now, for installing the mod, you can install this on either Windows, or you also can install it on the Steam Deck. However, installing it on the Steam Deck is a bit more involved, and for this video, I'm actually just installing it on a Windows PC, and the installation process is really simple. You just download the mod from the website, which I will put in the description so you can download it for yourself, extract the files, copy the files over to the games folder, and that is it. If you don't want to make any changes to the default configuration, you just need to start the game and you're good to go. However, if you want to change things like the FOV or change the different resolution, you're going to have to tweak the mod a little bit just by using the config file, and it's not very hard, and it explains everything that you need to do with that config file. I've clocked in about 20 hours so far with this mod, and the only issue that I had with it, if you can call it an issue, is that when you first start out the game, you still will see the black left and right bars, and that's not a big deal. It doesn't break the game or anything. And also, depending on how you set up your config, you will notice some bugs. Now, looking at the video that's here, you can see that my heads-up display has the party screen to the left, and by default, the mod has it more to the right. And I don't like the way it looks. However, if you move it to how I have it set up, this screen will stay on certain locations. And again, it's not a deal breaker. It's not a bad thing. And it's much better than the plain old support that we got in the game without this mod. So it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just, I don't know, I'm very anal when it comes to certain things. But despite that, I think this is an amazing mod. And if you have an ultra-wide monitor like I do, and you enjoy Granblue Fantasy Relink like I do, that I think you're really going to love this mod just as much as I do. And again, I put in where you can download the mod in the description below. If you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, do us a favor and drop a comment below telling us how much you liked the video, or maybe if you have any questions about the mod or need some help, I'll also help you in the comments below as well. Other than that, do us a big favor and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next one.